Hi there. Welcome back to Junkyard and the Rabbit. This is our third show. Can you believe that? 3 shows in a row. And you're still here. It says something about you. I don't know if it says anything about me. Tonight's show is going to be about crime. We're going to have some music. We're going to have some Old West. You're going to really like it, so stick around. So tonight's show features some vintage detective training films. We got some films on kind of anti-shoplifting that they showed you how to catch a shoplifter. We got some music by some really good friends of mine, Mark Smeltzer, David Regnier, and Jason Beers. And I'm going to tell you something. Back when I was in 7th grade, we had a big contest with the 8th graders who could do the most shoplifting in a 1-month period. Rather than rush out to the stores and start stealing right away, us 7th graders had a plan. We were going to kind of case all the stores, find the most valuable things, not do any shoplifting yet. I kept telling the 7th graders this was the best idea, but what they didn't know is I was sure the 8th graders would get caught, and they did. And we won by stealing 1 pack of bubble gum. Now let's all go shoplifting and see how some pros do it.
Many merchants don't guard against these hands, even though they annually steal $2 billion, more than all the nation's burglars and stick-up men combined. They are the hands of the shoplifter. The average housewife does about 90% of her family shopping, and more than 85% of the nation's shoplifting. She is a typical amateur shoplifter. She may feel your store owes her something, that such a small item won't be missed. Her purchase came to $13.50. Most supermarkets operate on a very low profit margin. The theft of a 99-cent item represents a substantial loss based on what this housewife purchased. And she'll probably be back tomorrow or the next day. Men also pull this trick, stuffing meat, cigarettes, or other items down their trousers and covering it with their shirt. Placing tags inside the wrapping can eliminate much of this. Switching containers, putting expensive items into cartons formerly containing inexpensive items is a popular trick. An alert cashier will notice all tears and broken seals. Shoplifters come from all economic levels. To steal from you and your store, the shoplifter must have 2 favorable conditions: merchandise to steal and privacy to steal it. Since you are in the business to sell merchandise, you must display your wares. The stress, therefore, must be on the reduction of the shoplifter's sense of privacy. You can do this by doing the best job of selling you can. Articles displayed on the counter's edge are easily stolen. An observant sales clerk would notice the clothing difference between mother and child, raincoat and sunsuit. This man had a profitable day. It's good merchandising to display as few articles on the counter as possible. A booster would hesitate to take a loan item since it would immediately be missed and draw attention to his presence. On a rainy day, this shoplifter simply palms the tag and walks out of the store. Stealing larger items requires more self-possession. It is estimated that 1 of every 60 customers to enter your store tomorrow will try to steal something.
The United States Customs Service guards all ports of entry so that no goods can be brought into our country illegally. One of our busiest ports of entry is at San Isidro near San Diego, California. As many as 30,000 cars may enter here in a 24-hour period. All 17 lanes of traffic may be full. In order to handle this large number of people, officials from all 4 U.S. government departments help with the initial inspection. The inspector questions this man and asks to see the trunk of his car. He finds nothing wrong here. Suspicious cars are sent to an inspection area for a more thorough investigation. This man looks questionable. An officer from the U.S. Department of Agriculture checks his papers and questions him. The man hands over a bottle of liquor that was not declared. The law requires that the bottle be confiscated and he pay a fine. Inspector Emery asks Mrs. Damon to open her suitcase. Mrs. Damon seems upset, and the officer goes through her bag carefully. It might contain smuggled goods or illegal money. Just as he expected. He finds valuable coral beads with earrings to match. The United States is bordered by 2 friendly nations. There are no fortifications on our land borders, as there are along the borders of most of the other countries of the world. Mrs. Tremont is returning from a trip around the world. Inspector Tomick asks her if she had bought anything of value that she did not declare. She firmly denies bringing in anything expensive. But the officer is not convinced. His trained hands quickly investigate the different pockets of the suitcase. Her cosmetic bag looks harmless, but he decides to look further. He was right to look thoroughly. Valuable diamond rings in her cold cream jar. She has deliberately falsified her declaration in order to avoid paying duty. The inspectors have done a tremendous job clearing the baggage of the 300 passengers of this ship in a short time. And so the fine work of the U.S. Customs Service continues, as it has for 175 years, playing an important role in the American economy, enforcing the laws of the land.
Here is a shoplifter making her selection while her companion serves as lookout. The chosen dress is placed under her arm temporarily. She doesn't plan to carry it out. She'll wear it.
Sorry, these won't do.
That's right. She's wearing the stolen dress under her own. This man appears interested in a suit. His companion is even more interested. Female boosters can take 3 or 4 suits, including hangers, in one motion, holding them between their legs with comparative ease. Sometimes a partner will enter the store first, select the suits to be stolen, and put them on the end of the rack for easy identification by the confederate who will do the stealing. If a professional shoplifter can get an item between her legs without you seeing that item, she can steal it. This method can be used in any store to steal almost any item. Here you see actual footage of a professional shoplifter at work. She is about to commit a theft. No one in the supermarket knows what is taking place. She stacks these stakes neatly, too neatly. To an unobservant salesperson, she may appear to be an average housewife. But an alert salesperson will notice the large coat, full skirt, and big purse. These make for quick and easy concealment of merchandise. Notice how easily she slips the stakes under her dress, holding them between her legs. The key to defeating this rising tide of shoplifting lies with you, the observant store employee. Even the cleverest shoplifter cannot steal from you if you realize that quick, courteous service to customers is your primary function. Police and retail security reports reveal that the most effective solution to shoplifting is the prevention of the theft. Not all book-carrying customers are avid readers. A shoplifter has struck.
I got a gal in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. She's a waiting by my front door, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. I gave her all my loving, little Liza Jane. On her marching candle pen, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. She says my kisses make me come alive, little Liza Jane. Up and down the 5'5", little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. I have to say that I love you, little Liza Jane. Says I know that sends me to little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Come with me and run away, little Liza Jane. Pack your bags to swing and sway, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Yeah. Well, son of a gun.
Apparently, Junkyard thinks Liza Jane was a shoplifter. I'm not so sure about that. That was Mark Smeltzer, David Regnier, and Jason Beers on banjo. You know, I wrote that song as a cowboy song. I love cowboys, but there's a lot of criminals out in the West. Let's go take a look at some now.
Well, folks, this is Don, son of my old buddy back east. Kinda shy out west for the first time. Well, son, mighty glad to see you. Come right along. Yeah, those are cowboys, all right. And this is a sure enough Cowtown depot, Don. In a day or two, you'll feel just like one of us, especially after we get you out on the range. Guess you thought we'd have a pony all ready for you. But all these cowboys and I find a pickup truck is a heap faster. Look around, son. This is the real West.
I wonder what's holding up that stagecoach. They're almost an hour late now. They slipped in over the back of the pass. We're in for trouble, Slim. Get moving.
The sheriff's going to meet us at Cottonwood Grove and escort us into town.
Drop that gun. Throw that express box down. Move along, driver. Heavy! Hey there! All right, bust it open. Whoa. I'm a roving cowboy, far away from home, far from the prairie, where I used to roam, where the dogies wander and the wind blows free. Oh, my heart is yonder on the lone prairie. Oh, carry me back to the lone prairie, where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. And when I die, you can bury me 'neath the western sky on the lone prairie. back my saddle. Give me back my gun. Give me back that bronco that I used to run. Let me spread my blanket by a peaceful stream. Hear the cowboys singing by the campfire's gleam. Oh, carry me back to the lone prairie where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. And when I die, you can bury me 'neath a western sky.
You've got to help us run that fella down, Mr. Hobart.
I lost $17,000 in that Panamint hold-up myself.
Yes, we know you did. Now, I've got a hunch the money is hidden in Jake Horn's homestead.
We want you to go over there with us.
All right. We'll be along in a jiffy. So, let's get going. We raise cow ponies specially for ranch work. These have been set out to pasture for a while, to rest up. Takes real cowboy riding to handle a bunch of ponies.
Captain on the sea, pirate Captain, he left the boat after Peter Pan, then run in the bay, then run in the
Well, that was Mark Smeltzer and banjo in there. I don't know how that got into that cowboy film. He does kind of look like an old prospector to me sometimes, though, doesn't he, you? The big old bushy beard and the hat and everything. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see more of the cowboys later. Don't go nowhere, partner. We'll be right back. You know, you're going to be like Elvis Costello here in this next segment because you're going to be watching the detectives. Here you go now.
There may be 10,000 women and 30,000 men in this city who are drug addicts. Each perhaps will initiate at least one new person to the use of narcotics.
Well, what are we doing about it? If we can't prevent narcotics from entering the country, We've got to crack down on every peddler.
Stand by. Okay, let's go.
The law states that possession of narcotics means that the suspect either has the drug on his person or that it was directly under his control at the time of arrest. Here, both officers saw this man throw the suspected narcotic. Suspects are searched on the spot, and all evidence gathered is placed in envelopes in the presence of the arrested man, and data relating to its seizure is recorded on the outside. There must always be at least 2 officers on an arrest, so that there will be a corroborating witness. The confiscated material must be examined by a chemist who will later testify as to his findings. So we catch the pushers. But the problem doesn't end there. And a careful search of all articles intended for prisoners do much to discourage smuggling. Clothing intended for narcotics prisoners is soaked in water to dissolve any narcotic the articles might be saturated with. Back to the desperate race of men.
This is a typical moderate residential section of the class most likely to fall prey to the house prowler. No traffic, little activity around the dwellings, the house apparently deserted for the day. In the rear we see a growth of shrubs which will hide him from the view of neighbors across the way. No activity in the entrance of an alleyway to the rear.
Oh boy, Sugarland, shut down sugar cane. If you see me running, gonna be a free man. Shake it, baby, shake it, baby. All right. Sugar tree, sugar was on my mind. So what's the matter, honey? You ain't shaking right, shake it, baby, shake it, baby. All right. Mama said the sugar land up on Sugar Hill. Gonna shake the sugar down, 'cause my sugar mama will shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. All right. All right. All right.
Looks something like some old prospector snuck into the detective film, too. Did you see that? Mark Smeltzer was right there in that detective film. Just right in there. He got right into that film somehow. I bet it was Junkyard. Now this next song is called North Dakota, and it was written several years ago, as you'll notice from the references. They're kind of dated, but I think you'll like it anyway. So here is me playing North Dakota.
I'm gonna move to North Dakota 'cause the money I make ain't what I owe you. Find me there in Minnesota, suitcase thrown, OVW. Head down the border, any border will do as long as I can get away from you. My head feels funny, got no money, need a tank full of gas like a bear needs honey. Crowbar in trunk, pistol in the glove box, swallow that coke with a mouthful of pop rocks, slowing down troopers, passing up combines, through the radio, and I heard it through the grapevine. Jeans was hemp and so was the smoke that was blowing out the radio when the radio broke down. Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, I was crying all the way through Salt Lake City. I pierce my navel, I'm drinking cappuccino, I'm jerking off pictures of Janet Reno. Open up box, rice roni. Captain Tennille's first name was Tony. Selena got a tone low groove from Cold Medina. Like my scotch, lots of soda. Where in the hell is North Dakota? I don't know where North Dakota is. But I'm on my way.
Man, we've had crime here and crime here. We've had detectives. We've had everything. We almost forgot about those cowboys, Jim and Scruffy, and what's going on with Jim and Scruffy. Let's go back and see now.
Take his gun and belt, Hank.
So you're the mangy tramp that's been ruining my reputation, huh?
What did you do with the money you got out of that potato sack?
Oh, you mean the $31,000 you got in that stage holdup?
What'd I tell you? He knows all about it. Where is it?
I don't know anything about it.
You know too much about a lot of things. Get on over there. Get up there.
Let me tell him, Jim.
No.
I've been too long on the run. Gonna have my fling, gonna have my fun. Hear the cowboys sing when the roundup's done. Gonna ride pinto once more by the Alamo. See my gal and my pal in the old corral once more. So I'm hitting the trail to the setting sun. Texas home, never more to roam. Here I come. Texas home, here I come. Been too long on the run. Gonna have my fling, gonna have my fun. Hear the cowboys sing when the roundup's done.
And ride up pinto once more by the Alamo. See my gal and my pal and the old corral once more.
So I'm hitting the trail to the setting sun. Oh, lady, lady, hey, here I come. So I'm hitting the trail to the setting sun. Texas home, never more to roam. Here I come.
There's the man you're looking for.
Hey, I worked from dawn to sundown, but I found it doesn't pay. I'm a good-for-nothing cowboy, and I'll always stay that way. That way, that way, and I'll always stay that way.
And now it's Ed's turn. Better check that rope. Hold on. There he goes. Yes, sir, as the old cowhand said, ain't no horse can't be rode. You tell him that, Doc.
You know, all this talk tonight about the police, and are the police good guys, are the police bad guys, or are they new guys, or are they old guys, you know, whatever. The thing I tell you about the police is that most of the time they're trying to do some kind of job. These days they got to be worried about getting shot, so I understand why they kind of shy away from some of the action. Tell you the truth, when I start thinking about cops, I get a little bit brought down because, you know, they're cops, and cops bring people down. So let's watch a cartoon or something else to get my mind off of it for a minute. You got anything back there, Junkyard?
Oh, my loveliest star, you are like sugar sweet. Oh, come and sing to me a song of love upon your balcony.
My brave Toreadora, my something hot is for ya. A loving arm that you see, come and take me from Albany.
one you'll see. Here's the reason why I throw the bull. I'm wonderful. The Danes think I'm some guy. Nerds.
Are you the kind of people that are phone terrorists or phone hostages, either one? A phone hostage is somebody who's driving a car and the person that's riding with them, that they took with them specifically so they wouldn't have to drive alone, then have somebody to talk to, suddenly gets on the phone and talks the whole time they're driving. They can't listen to the radio, they can't do anything. They're just stuck holding on to the wheel, wishing they would shut up because you can only hear one side of the conversation anyway, you don't know what's going on. They act like you're involved every now and then. We'll say something like, oh, hey, yeah, Casey thinks so too, or this or that. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It drives me crazy. You're a phone hostage when that happens. There's nothing you can do. You can't turn up the radio. You can't roll down the window. You can't do anything but drive the car. Doesn't just happen in the car either. It can happen anywhere. You could be out at a restaurant, sitting across from somebody. Oh, how was your day? Oh, just a second, I have to take this. And boom, you're a hostage. You're looking around the restaurant. You're looking at all the other phone hostages. There should be some kind of club you could all get together. Listen, people, we don't have that much to say to one and the other, so stop getting on the phone all the time. This friend of mine named Brian Frame has always been kind of a shadowy guy. You never know for sure what he's thinking. He's kind of quiet, hanging back. He's going to sneak into this next film. I want to see if you guys notice him. So look for Brian Frame. He might have a guitar with him.
Having satisfied himself that the latent fingerprints and those of the suspect are identical, he writes a short report to the detective assigned. The fact that the burglar has been identified through fingerprints is beyond doubt vitally important, but not important enough to cause the experienced officer to jump to the conclusion that the case is in the bag. In fact, it only spurs him on to greater efforts. He knows that the chain of evidence which he builds up must be insurmountable. The detective, after obtaining a mug of the suspect, Joe Doak, returns to the home of the witness and has him view it. The witness, wishing not to make a mistake, studies the picture carefully before making his decision. Yes, that is the man whom he saw leaving the premises, and the information that Joe Doak is wanted in connection with the burglary. This message is received by all patrolmen on the street, and for the information of all members of the department not on active duty at the time of the broadcast, a pickup is executed and posted at headquarters. Within a short time, a detective who has been shown a photograph of the suspect observes a man on the street who answers the description and whom he is reasonably sure is the suspect. He shadows this man. His acts are governed entirely by the movements of the suspect, and he must speculate constantly on the suspect's next move. The detective sees this suspect enter a beer parlor. Let us watch him. Indolently, he saunters to the bar and obtains some change, part of which he uses in the cigarette machine. The detective, not being sure of the suspect's identity, strolls by the beer parlor and stops to ponder the situation. As he does so, the detective assigned to the case happens to drive up. Immediately, they go into a huddle. The detective assigned keeps watch while the other detective drives the car around the corner so that it will be out of sight and not arouse the suspicion of the suspect. After a short wait, the suspect comes out of the beer parlor and starts down the street. The detective assigned shadows him. The detective intends to wait until his co-worker returns, and then they will stop this man for questioning. The suspect turns the corner and starts jaywalking toward a car. As he starts to get into the car, the detective decides to act. He steps up and taps the suspect on the shoulder and makes his identity known. Without warning, the suspect goes into action. He pulls a revolver, but this officer has been trained for just such an emergency. Without hesitation, he acts, grasping the arm, holding the gun with both hands. With lightning-like speed, he forces the arm forward with a snap that throws the gun clear. Following through, he pins the arms behind the man's back and places the handcuffs on his wrist. Before the suspect can realize what is happening, he's securely shackled.
Send it on through. And I was so young that time, it never ever did through to exit my mind. Oh, how it crushes you down. We'll have to learn somehow to allow ourselves to be taught out of this pain. Oh, how I despise your misplaced concern. Your lies that are only ever to burn. Oh, to burn. Only ever to burn. Oh, to burn. Only ever to burn.
Well, I guess that's all for this week. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Be sure and come back next week where we'll have more things to entertain you and more music and more fun. And I just can't wait till you come back. I really want you to come back. Please come back. Junkyard, play a song. Make me get out of here. How about that one by Fast Eddie Crane and David Regnier and Mark Smeltzer? Night, everybody.
I got a friend in Bootsville. I quit drinking. He knew well, I'm been down the railroad track. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Yeah, I'm going home. Ride that train so far wide. I'll meet you there on the other side. I've been down the railroad track. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Yeah, I'm going home. I had a girl that I looked through. I don't know what she gonna do. I've been down the railroad track. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Yeah, I'm going home. Old time's down, pass it around. Don't go up, sun go down. Folk is breaking, do it. I'm going home. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Hey, hey, we going. Yeah, I'm going home. I had a girl that I looked through. I don't know what she gonna do. Ride that train so far wide. I'll meet you there the other side. I've been down the railroad track. I'm going home. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Hey, hey, we go. Yeah, I'm going home.
Nice dancing. Thanks.
Yeah.